पूछती हूँ आपको, मेरी बहन गई है, बहन, मेरी सास गई है, मेरी छोटी बेटी गई है, वो क्या रहा है इंडिया में?
आज मेरे घर के, मेरी माँ, मेरी वाइफ, मेरी 3 महीने की बच्ची, क्या कसूर था उसका? अब मेरे तीन का पैसा जमा करके इधर घर लिया था।
The greed of a local politician and the negligence of civic authorities led to the loss of 17 lives in the city of Mumbai. Mirror Now investigations reveal the owner of the building was illegally building a bar which weakened the structure. 10-year-old rape survivor cannot terminate her pregnancy. Supreme Court turns down her plea, says an abortion would pose a serious risk to the mother and the fetus. After actress Mumaith Khan, Telugu superstar Ravi Teja appears before the special investigation team in connection with a mega drug bust in Hyderabad. After the removal of Hindi signages, pro-Kannada fringe groups hold protests demanding the removal of non-Kannadiga engineers from Namma Metro. And trouble continues to mount for Indrani Mukherjee. Her driver implicates her in the Sheena Bora murder case, as she bribed him to kill both her children, Sheena Bora and Mikhail. You're watching The Big Story on Mirror Now. I'm Amita Balachandra. Straight up to a big story today. 17 lives were lost in the Mumbai building collapse. Over 50 people were injured and many others lost their homes. All because of the greed of one man. But is he the only one responsible? That's a question we're asking here on Mirror Now. We dug deep and discovered how Shiv Sena worker Sunil Chitap, who is the owner of the building, illegally renovated his premises, which weakened the structure. But there is more to that story. Mirror Now learnt that the owner was attempting to convert the nursing home housed on the ground floor into a beer bar.
Seems to be a big nexus between the BMC officials and the main accused, Sunil Chitap, in the Ghatkopar building collapse story, because the latest, what we understand, is just a month before, on 20th of June, the main accused, who is in the police custody right now, he had sent an application for cancellation of license of the nursing home, which was situated on the ground floor of this residential building. And exactly a month later, on 21st of July, a BMC officer came in and inspected the site, and he sent a report categorically saying that the nursing home was shut and there was no illegal activity or construction happening. But on the other side, when we spoke to the residents, what they claim and what they told us is that for the past 15-20 days, the work was started. Almost there were 15 to 20 workers at the same point in time working on the nursing home. In fact, he wanted to construct a beer bar on the ground floor of this residential society, which came crashing down right after 4 days of BMC's officers' visit. And the latest, what we also understand, is that BMC has already started demolishing the illegal structures of Sunil Chitap, the first one here located in Ghatkopar. And what we learn is that BMC going forward is going to demolish more such illegal structures of him. And lastly, the BMC additional commissioner of the eastern suburbs, Vijay Singhal, also came in visited the site today, and he also spoke to the residents here, recorded their statements because the chief minister had asked and initiated a probe, and he is also the committee member. So he will submit a report to the chief minister based on all the statements and all the inquiry after 15 days. This is Disha Shah for Mirror Now.
There was a construction, 18 to 20 days the construction happened. My dad, who is age 68, who has little brains, and he has went and told every time, do not do this construction. Jo तीनों के तीनों floors hai, he has tried to move the pillars. Do you understand the meaning of moving the pillars? You move the pillars from in between the house, the building comes crashing inside, which is exactly what happened. I wish to know from the BMC, how did they give this statement? Who is that man who came from the BMC कौन था वो जिसने ये आकर यहाँ पे जांच की, उसकी आंखें मैं अपनी आंखें दूंगी उसको निकाल के, आके देखो कहाँ और कैसे नहीं हो रहा था कंस्ट्रक्शन। हमने क्यों कंप्लेन नहीं किया? इसलिए कंप्लेन नहीं किया, शताब का ये वर्ड्स है, मिस्टर गुंडा राज शताब का ये वर्ड्स है, एक जेब में पुलिस एक जेब में बीएमसी, ऊपर तक पहचान, जो करना है कर ले।
अंदर का जो सपोर्ट था सब उसने निकाल दिया, क्योंकि बियर बार बनाना था उसके 30-32 बियर बार है।
Were there any BMC officials at this site 4 days or 5 days before this incident happened?
See, BMC officials should not have given that such kind of report. Before giving that report, they should have come to us and they should have made an inquiry through us also. 20 to 18 days ago, he started all this construction through such a speedily, like he bought all the walls down. He amalgamated all his 3 flats. It is illegal thing. Then why BMC is not bringing all this thing in his report actually?
रोज इतना जोर शोर से आवाज आता था, मैं रोज जाती थी बोलने को, आदमी लोग को मेरा घर पूरा ऐसा ऐसा हलता था वाइब्रेशन से, और मैं जो डर में रहती थी वो डर में ही मेरे को भगवान ने उधर से निकाल दिया और मैं निकली और बच गई। आज मैं ओनली वन नहीं हूँ।
पूछती हूँ आपको, मेरी बहन गई है, बहन मेरी सास गई है, मेरी छोटी बेटी गई है। हो रहा था तब क्या करे थे पुलिस लोग, सब लोग क्या करे, मुंह देख रहे हैं सबका। आज एक फैमिली डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं हुई है, पूरी की पूरी बिल्डिंग गिर गई नीचे। हो क्या रहा है इंडिया में?
आज मेरे घर के मेरी माँ, मेरी वाइफ, मेरी 3 महीने की बच्ची, क्या कसूर था उसका? अब मेरे तीन का पैसा जमा करके इधर घर लिया था, ये सोच के नहीं कि इधर, अगर मेरे को ये पता था ना कि ये घर में अगर यहाँ पर ऐसा है तो मैं लेने भी नहीं देता।
So clearly here the residents are saying that there was construction activity which was going on for the past 15 to 20 days, and BMC's inspection report clearly is not revealing the truth, and they were also being threatened by the accused Sunil Shatab, who is in police custody right now. This is Disha Shah for Mirror Now.
In the meantime, the BMC has started demolishing all illegal structures that belongs to Sunil Shatab. Disha Shah spoke to the Additional Commissioner of BMC East, Vijay Singhal.
Today, sir, BMC has started demolishing illegal structures of Sunil Shatab. If you can just highlight more on that front.
See, whatever illegal structure, obviously we have to take a drive for that also. So that is a part of like routine exercise.
And how many structures, if do you have a count of Sunil Shatab?
Right now I am not having it, but my ward might be having it basically. We will take a stock of the situation, and whatever the illegal structure possibly, they have to be demolished.
And sir, we also know for the fact that this was your first visit, after the CM initiated.
Second visit. First visit I was here on the day like this incident occurred, and after that obviously it is.
Yeah, after CM initiated a probe, so you also spoke to a couple of residents. So what is the conclusion, at least, of the work?
This is not a conclusion basically. It is an investigation. We are going into the details basically. We have already having some documents. We have seen the sites also. Something will come from the site. Some investigations required to be done, technical possibly, and obviously then that they are the witnesses. Those who have what has happened, what not has happened, how long since what going on. So they have given a statement. So one can, after a certain time, one can come to the conclusion. But it is too early to comment on that.
And my last question, sir, we know for the fact that BMC, Sunil Shatab, the main accused, who is in the police custody right now, he had applied for cancellation of license of this nursing home last month. And BMC official, exactly 21st July, they came and they visited the site here, and in their inspection report, they clearly stated that there was no illegal activity or construction going on, and the nursing home was shut. What do you have to say on that? Do you believe that there is a nexus here between the BMC and the accused?
See, I have not seen that what report he has given it, but I came to know that someone has visited. But it looks like, as per the statement, that someone said that it was closed basically. So it is like it is yet to be verified. So that with those whoever, if responsible, definitely he will be punished, whoever he is.
So what are the timelines, sir? At least till when we can see this coming?
Once that investigation part is there, so there are a lot of things are involved. Let us try to cover it as early as possible.
The Additional Commissioner of the BMC saying that they were, they have gone ahead and inspected the place, and all of the illegal structures that Shiv Sena leader Sunil Shatab has will be demolished, and they're in the process of demolishing all of the structures that belongs to the Shiv Sena leader. In fact, the additional commissioner also went on to say that action will be taken against negligent officers. Remember, CM Fadnavis has also ordered an inquiry and asked the commissioner to submit a report in the next 15 days. Did their greed actually result in the loss of 17 lives? Not one, not two, but we're talking about 17 lives and more than 50 people injured in this case. How many more lives to go before the authorities actually wake up? We have Ravi Raja, the opposition leader, joining us on the phone line. Ravi Raja, here is the truth that we have uncovered. There is an alleged nexus that went on between the BMC and the Shiv Sena leader Sunil Shitap, and 17 lives were lost because of this.
Hello.
Ravi Raja, the Mirror now has uncovered the truth behind the Ghatkopar Mumbai building collapse case, and 17 lives were lost because of this collapse. And we've also seen that there is an alleged nexus between the BMC and the Shiv Sena leader Sunil Shitap.
Yeah, what from your statement and what the newspapers report and what has happened, there is a nexus between the BMC and the person, the name, Shitap. In this case, BMC is totally responsible for this, and I have asked the commissioner to immediately suspend the assistant commissioner of that particular ward. Without the ward officer or the commissioner's, assistant commissioner's knowledge, the repair couldn't have taken place. And there is a greed involved in this. So many lives have been lost, and BMC is totally responsible for this.
Absolutely. In fact, the other question is, at this point in time, when we spoke to resident survivors, in fact, they alleged that n number of complaints, and the BMC also visited the site, but they said that no construction activity was going on.
No, what I understand, what the reports I have got, that there was an amalgamation, plot amalgamation or the rooms amalgamation was submitted to the building proposal department, and building proposal department has given a go ahead. But whenever building proposal gives a go ahead, they submit the report to the concerned ward office. Now, when it goes to the concerned ward office, it is the duty of the ward officer or the assistant commissioner or the local engineer of the ward office to see that, the work which is carried on is proper or not. Here is a clear case of negligence, and the ward people clearly, in conveyance with the concerned person, have carried out this work. I have asked the commissioner that immediately the assistant commissioner of that concerned ward has to be suspended and FIR has to be filed. Unless the FIR is not filed, I think the people will not get justice.
Also, Ravi Raja, the additional commissioner was also telling us that they've now started demolishing illegal structures constructed by Sunil Shitap. But isn't this something that the BMC must take up routinely?
It's a routine, their work. It's a job to look after. You have to see that wherever illegal construction is going on, they have to take action. Why then ward office is there? Why the assistant commissioner is there? And why there is engineers are there? Without their conveyance or without their involvement, such construction can't take place. Everywhere the ward people are involved, and the only remedy is there that the level of assistant commissioner, unless they are suspended, this will not stop. And in this case, the assistant commissioner of that particular ward has to be taken, responsibility has to be taken on that particular ward officer, and FIR has to be filed, and unless they are not put in jail, such incidents will take place. But I think in this case, action has to be initiated by the commissioner, and I asked the commissioner to take action immediately.
Do stay with us. We also have Rajiv Mishra, activist, joining us on the phone line. Mr. Mishra, shocking details coming through that we have uncovered. Of course, there is an alleged nexus between the BMC and the Shiv Sena leader Sunil Shitap. Do you believe that the BMC is equally responsible, considering what residents allege at this point? They say that the BMC inspected the place, but they said that no construction activity was going on.
बिल्कुल, मैं आपकी इस बात से बिल्कुल तरह से सहमत हूं कि निश्चित तौर पे इसमें बीएमसी का इन्वॉल्वमेंट सबसे ज्यादा है, क्योंकि मैं आपको बता दूं, आज मैं कॉमन मैन की हैसियत से बोलता हूं कि अगर आपने अपने मकान में अपनी बालकोनी को भी कवर करती हैं तो तुरंत आपको बीएमसी की नोटिस प्राप्त हो जाती है। ऐसी स्थिति में जब इतने बड़े बड़े जिस तरीके से सिताब का दिखाया जा रहा है कि जिस तरीके से उसके लॉन्ज हैं, इतने बड़े बड़े इलीगल लॉन्ज हैं, इलीगल उसके क्लिनिक्स हैं, इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन वो आदमी कर रहा है, वो एक तरह से लैंड ग्रैबर्स है, वो लैंड माफिया है। वो जब इस तरीके से कर रहा है तो निश्चित तौर पे बीएमसी को इसकी पूरी तरह जानकारी है कि व्हाट सिताब इज डूइंग। ये बहुत अच्छी तरह जानते हुए भी अगर बीएमसी ने उनके खिलाफ कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया है और आज 17 मासूम लोगों की जान चली गई है, तो निश्चित तौर पे मैं ये मानता हूं कि ये बीएमसी की कंप्लीट लापरवाही है, नेग्लिजेंस ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट है, और निश्चित तौर पे इसमें कोई बड़ा एक्शन कमिश्नर को लेना चाहिए और किसी बड़े अधिकारी के ऊपर इसको लेकर के कार्रवाई करके ये संकेत देना चाहिए कि अगर इस तरह का मिसहैपनिंग या इस तरह का नेग्लिजेंस अगर किसी भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स के खिलाफ देखा जाए तो उसके खिलाफ एक बड़ी कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
In fact, we also have an inquiry that's been conducted by CM Fadnavis. One quick question to you, Rajiv Mishra, before we end this conversation. Do you think the bigger problem at this point is also because of several, illegal buildings being regularized by the Maharashtra government, that this shouldn't be happening in the first place?
मैं तो सरप्राइज हूं इस बात को लेकर के कि जो लोग लैंड ग्रैबर्स हैं या जो लोग लॉ से खेलते हैं, आप उनको सपोर्ट करने जा रहे हो। व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन बाय द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट? अरे आप स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हो, आप लॉ ब्रेकर को इस लेवल पे सपोर्ट कर रहे हो कि उसने जो लॉ ब्रेक किया है, जो उसने क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस किया है, उस क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस को आप या तो पेनाल्टी लेकर के या कुछ भी लेकर के आप उसको रेगुलराइज करने जा रहे हो। इट इज ए रिवार्ड फॉर द लैंड ग्रैबर। आप कर क्या रहे हो? यू आर द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड एवरी सिटी हैज ए प्लानिंग डेवलपमेंट प्लान, और वो डेवलपमेंट प्लान एंड डेवलपमेंट रूल का जो लोग उल्लंघन कर रहे हैं उनको क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस माना जाता है। वैसे ऑफेंडर को आप जाकर करके डिफेंड करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो। यू आर द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट and you regularize the illegal construction. It is very surprising and very unfortunate for a development planned city.
Well, this is one case that we're going to be on the top of. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Mirror Now. 17 lives lost in the Mumbai building collapse case, and 50 others injured, of course. But how many more lives to be lost before the authorities actually wake up? In fact, here on Mirror Now, we believe that authorities who run our cities should be held accountable for any inefficiency on their part that causes physical harm to citizens or endangers their life. The following is a petition we intend to present to the Prime Minister's office. Sign this petition if you believe it is time to fix accountability for civic negligence. Sign if you think it is time we hold our elected representatives and bureaucrats responsible for doing their jobs. Away from that story, now onto another big story. 10-year-old girl who was raped by her uncle will not be allowed to have an abortion. The Supreme Court has rejected her abortion plea, saying the pregnancy was in the advanced stage and an abortion was not in the interest of the mother, who is in the 32nd week of pregnancy. In fact, Meenakshi, who's been tracking this story, gets us more details.
This is very significant given the fact that the top court today has taken into account the evaluation of the doctors. It was the Supreme Court which had intervened on the plea of an independent lawyer petitioner who read about this in a newspaper, and he knocked on the doors of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court set up this panel to examine or evaluate her medical condition, and upon perusal of the sealed cover report today, the top court was of the opinion it was neither in the interest of the girl nor of the fetus to allow the abortion to take place. They they've also ordered for best possible medical care in the institute where she's currently being looked after. But the larger question which Mirror Now has been looking at since the start has been about the delay in the process. The process entails that those who are carrying a fetus which cannot be terminated because it is beyond the permissible limit for termination need to approach the apex court and seek its permission. So in this particular instance was a girl who was trapped in her circumstances. She belonged to a very poor family. She was a victim of rape and she was burdened with this unwanted pregnancy. She did not know where to who to approach for help. And in this backdrop, today the top court in this particular matter has also gone ahead and ordered for the government through the Solicitor General to revert and come back with a proposal, if at all it's possible, to set up independent medical committee in each district which will then go ahead and examine these cases on an individual basis to assess if the termination of pregnancy can happen. So that's a huge step forward in the right direction, and this is also a big thumbs up to the question that Mirror Now has been constantly debating.
And some breaking news coming in. The Maharashtra government has ordered an inquiry against Mumbai Vice University Vice Chancellor Sanjay Deshmukh after undergraduate results have been inordinately delayed. The results have been delayed after the varsity attempted to implement a new assessment system. The Minister of State for Higher Education, Ravindra Vaikar, said that an inquiry will be initiated against Deshmukh about the manner in which the new assessment system was implemented. It would also be probed that tenders were floated and how they were floated in connection with implementing the decision. Shahryar, who's been tracking the story, gets us more details. Shahryar, tell us what is the latest you're picking up?
That's right, Amita. Minister for Higher Education Ravindra Vaikar has asked for a probe against the University Chancellor Sanjay Deshmukh. This is entirely about the assessment that has taken place. From this year onwards, all final year papers would be checked online. The entire process was hushed, and the timing of the process has come into the picture. The results for some has been delayed for at least 2 months, and that's a big number, and the students' future and applying for foreign universities have also come into question. So this is a move by the Maharashtra government after mounting pressure due to increased reports of the papers not meeting the self-assessed deadline of the university that was posted July 31st. Till now, around 4 lakhs papers have still not been corrected. So the question of whether the university managing to bring about the final mark sheets of the final year students is still a problem for the university here.
Of course, said that final year students, results are delayed. When can they expect the results, and how exactly is it going to impact them?
See, as I rightly mentioned before, the students cannot apply for any foreign university because they would ask for mark sheets. They cannot even apply for national diploma or even further PG diploma courses because they all ask for mark sheets, and that is still not there in the hands of the students. Also, the second question about it is, when can we expect the government, or when can we expect the university officials to correct these papers? The problem here is the university has the capacity of correcting 50,000 answer sheets per day, and there are about 4.5 lakh answer sheets still there to be corrected. So according to the deadline, I think they are not going to match the deadline. Also, the problem is with the online assessment, and many papers are going to wrong names and wrong students, and the examiners are finding it difficult to come and cope. The quality of checking is also a third option. The quality of checking is going to go down, with many claims that even non-teaching staff have been roped in to check and examine these papers.
Also, Shahryar, give us a background of this case. How exactly were the results delayed, and what were the faults with the new assessment system? Because the Minister of State for Higher Education, Ravindra Vaikar, is now going to conduct an inquiry against Sanjay Deshmukh.
So the backdrop of the case, from this year onwards, all final year students will, and their answer sheets would be corrected online. Now, the Mumbai University had selected an agency called MU Track. The agency got the tender process, and finally the scanning of the copies of these mark sheets and answer sheets only went about by MU Track by May. And by May, when around 17 lakhs, that's the university's strength of the answer sheets there. Around 17 lakh papers were uploaded online, and that would obviously take time for the examiners to correct, to come to haul with the new system, and that is the problem here. The examiners were not well equipped, they were not well trained, and they could not deal with this sudden influx of 17 lakhs papers uploaded online, and they had to shift away from the system of hard copy answer sheets to soft copy answer sheets, and they had to give in the answers and the marking system there. So that is causing the delay in this system. Mr. Sanjay Deshmukh was heavily advocating this new change, but the timing of it is in the question, and Sanjay Deshmukh should have expected better and should have done better, because the future of the career of these students is on the line now.
It hangs in balance indeed. Sharia, thank you so much for joining us here on Mirror Now. But this is the latest we're getting to you on the story. The Minister of State for Higher Education, Ravindra Vaikar, said that an inquiry will be initiated against Sanjay Deshmukh, the Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University, about the manner in which the new assessment system was implemented. It is also going to be probed that how tenders were floated in connection with implementing this. Away from that story now, moving on, the pervert who molested 20 women in the Bandra and Khar area of Mumbai has finally been arrested. The Mumbai Crime Branch arrested him after investigations spanning nearly a month. The breakthrough came in after the police recovered CCTV footage identifying the bike used by the molester.
29 जून को पहली केस दर्ज हुई थी खार पुलिस स्टेशन में। तो वो केस के इन्वेस्टिगेशन के दौरान हमें पता चला कि ये जो मोलेस्टेशन करने वाला आरोपी है उसने होंडा 4G एक्टिवा गाड़ी यूज़ की हुई है, और ये गाड़ी रिसेंटली लॉन्च हुई है 3 महीने पहले। तो हम लोगों ने RTO से वो गाड़ियों का डेटा मंगाया, और जो 2500 गाड़ियों के मालिक के हमको डेटा मिला था, उसमें से शॉर्टलिस्ट करके हम लोगों ने 250 गाड़ियों के एड्रेस चेक किए, और उस दौरान हमें पता चला कि ये आदमी जो अक्यूज़ है वो कहाँ रहता है, और उधर तो उसके वॉच रख के हमने उसको अरेस्ट किया।
And that's a wrap on the big story. Stay with Mirror Now.